In this video, I'm going to show you the #1 secret to fat loss. What's up guys, Carlo Macapinlac here from newbiefitnessacademy.com. I help busy professionals look good shirtless so they can feel more confident and get the most out of their lives. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button to get notified every time I post a new video every week. Okay, there's a lot of information on the internet. There's a lot of, diet tips and diet advice floating around. But there is one rule when it comes to fat loss that trumps all of them. Are you ready for it? Here it is. Eat when you're hungry. Don't eat if you're not hungry. It is so simple, but we miss this concept all the time. Now, if you want to get into specifics on which diet you should follow, then make sure you check out my other videos. And if you want a simple 4-step process on how to lose all the fat around your stomach without going on a crazy diet or wasting hours at the gym, then make sure you stick around until the end of the video. But this is big picture stuff right here that we're going to talk about today. Now, society has led us to believe that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, or that you should be eating 6 small meals a day, which is, honestly, you guys, there is no scientific data to back that up. And back in the day, right, I was never hungry first thing in the morning, but I would always force feed myself because, I didn't want to miss a meal, right? Or, I would eat snacks in between meals, even though I wasn't really hungry. And I struggled to lose weight big time because of this. I would force feed myself. I used to follow IFYM. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. So if it fits your macros, right? So you have a specific amount of calories that you should be eating throughout the day. And I was already full, but then I still had like 500 calories that I need to fill up. So it's either I would stuff myself with more food or I would just start eating junk food, even though, again, I was already full. Hey, comment below the video if you can relate to that. If you want to lose weight, you need to abolish this concept in your head about meal times. And what that simply means, honestly, is that if you're not hungry, if you wake up first thing in the morning and you're not hungry, don't eat. Or if you end up eating first thing in the morning and you're still full from your breakfast and it's lunchtime, you don't need to eat lunch. Are you guys catching my drift here? Meal times are completely made up. Think about it this way, right? Animals, animals in the wild. They wake up first thing in the morning and they don't really go, oh, we should eat breakfast. Let's go for breakfast. No, they go out, they mind their own business, right? They go hunting. Sometimes they're successful and they get to eat. Sometimes they're not successful and they don't get to eat. And if we go all the way back 2.5 million years ago, right? Think about the Paleolithic times here. Same concept. Paleo man didn't wake up and say, oh, I should probably start eating my breakfast cereal. No, it's the exact same thing. He went out to go hunting. If he caught an animal, then great. He's gonna feast on that, for a couple of days maybe. Or if he doesn't catch any animals, then he would go an entire day without food or even days without food. And guess what? He survived. If we didn't have the capability to survive and thrive without food, we would not have survived as a species. And think about it this way. Modern agriculture has only been around, for the last 12,000 years. Yet it's been ingrained in our heads that, oh, you should be eating breakfast cereal. We grew up eating breakfast cereal, or that you need to eat healthy whole grains. And I'm putting air quotes on the word healthy when it comes to whole grains. Listen, I'm gonna drop a knowledge bomb on you, and this might blow you away, okay? Human beings have 0 requirements when it comes to carbs. That's right. There are no essential carbs. There are, however, essential fats and essential amino acids that your body needs to survive. But there are no essential carbs. You don't need carbs. Comment below the video if that's news to you. Now, that's a completely different rabbit hole, and I talk about that in my other videos as well. Now, a common objection by a lot of people why they don't want to skip a meal is that, oh, I get hungry, I get dizzy, I won't have any energy. But here's the thing, your body only feels that way because you trained it to get hungry at specific times, okay? Which means that you can train it to go the other way around. You can train it to be okay if you skip breakfast. You can train it to be okay if you skip lunch or if you skip dinner. Again, we did not evolve to eat 6 meals a day. That is completely made up. The only people that benefit from that way of eating that many times during the day, are food companies. I mean, think about it. The more times we eat, the more they profit. And the other thing too is that, I don't want you to starve yourself, but there is a big difference when it comes to eating when you're actually really hungry and eating out of boredom. I mean, I used to be so guilty of this, right? Sometimes I'd be watching a TV show and I would find myself just snacking even though I already ate dinner, right? There's a big difference there, and you need to get out of that habit if you want to lose weight. Because at that point, you're not really hungry anymore. You're just eating to entertain yourself. And if you want a quick explanation on why this concept works when it comes to fat loss, is think about it this way. Every time you eat, and this is how your body works, physiologically, okay? Every time you eat, your insulin goes up. And I talk about insulin a lot in all my videos because it's super important. So insulin is what controls your body weight. So every time you eat, assuming it's a blend of carbs, fat, and protein, your insulin goes up and you're in fat storage mode, right? Your body's taking in all the nutrients that's coming in from the foods that you eat. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. The problem is, if you eat all day, if you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks in between, right? Your insulin goes up all day long and you're in fat storage mode all day long, which means that your body does not get a chance to use your fat stores as a source of energy. Now, when you don't eat, that's when your insulin levels go down. When your insulin levels go down, that's when your body gets a chance to tap into your stored energy to use for energy because there's no more food coming in, right? So that's in the form of stored glycogen and body fat. So let's say you skip breakfast, for example, right? Think of it as your body using up your fat stores for breakfast. I mean, it's such a simple concept. You're not gonna die. I mean, you're not gonna cause irreparable damage. Think about it this way. So let's say you eat 3 meals a day, and then there's 365 days throughout the year. If you do some simple math, that is 1,095 meals, okay? That's a lot of meals. You can't possibly think that you're gonna cause permanent irreparable damage if you skip a meal or two. And if you're worried about energy levels, don't be. You have at least 20,000 calories, okay? 20,000 calories worth of stored energy in the form of body fat, or more if you have a lot of weight to lose. You see this? This is energy waiting to be used. You just need to give your body a chance to tap into that stored energy if you want to lose weight. And the other thing that I want to talk about is the quality of the food that you eat matters, which means that a simple rule that I like to give to people, honestly, to just simplify their diets without tracking their calories or counting macros and stuff like that, is try to stick to single ingredient foods. What that means is, let's say you eat ground beef or a burger patty, right? What's the ingredient in that? Just beef, right? Now, I don't want to pick on vegans, but think about it the other way, right? So, Beyond Meat or Beyond Burger or whatever is all the rage these days, right? If you look at the back of the label of like a Beyond Burger patty, there's about, I don't know, I can't even count how many ingredients is in that thing. And a lot of it you can't even pronounce. If you want to eat that stuff for ideological reasons, which means that you don't want to harm animals, that's fine. But you cannot possibly think that something that is so highly processed is better than you eating, grass-fed ground beef or a grass-fed burger patty. The point that I'm trying to make is, again, try to stick to single ingredient food, right? So let's say you're having a lunch of like eggs, bacon, maybe some ground beef, and some cauliflower or broccoli. That sounds like a super healthy meal to me. And then, if you want some dessert, maybe you eat a few macadamia nuts or a couple of squares of 90% dark chocolate. That sounds super healthy to me. Things start to go sideways when you start getting into highly processed, refined carbs, And I love cookies, you guys. I love cookies. I love ice cream. I love all those things. But, and this is what I tell all my private coaching clients, right? You need to follow a system and follow it 90% of the time. So this is the 90-10 rule, right? 90% of the time, follow your diet, follow your system. The other 10%, live your best life. If you want to eat ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, go ahead. And the other point that I want to make here is that every time you eat to satiety. Eat until you're full, which means that if there's still food on your plate, but you're already full, you don't need to finish your food, right? And I know, there's starving kids in Asia or Africa or whatever, but you can't feel bad leaving food on your plate. If you're full, stop eating. Again, eat when you're hungry. Don't eat if you're not hungry. If you follow this simple concept, I guarantee you 100% that you're gonna start losing weight. Okay, the next question then becomes, how are you actually supposed to eat if you want to lose weight? Because let's be honest, 80% of your body composition goals is determined by your diet. You can't just freestyle this part. Do you have a proven plan that you can follow? To help you with that, I want to give you a free copy of my Lean Body Blueprint. This is how I melted all the fat around my stomach and turned it into a six-pack without going in a crazy diet or wasting hours at the gym. It's a simple 4-step process specifically designed for busy professionals, and it's the exact same blueprint that I teach all my private coaching clients, and they've all gone to see some amazing results. If you want to be the next success story, then download your free copy of the Lean Body Blueprint right now. There's going to be a link in the description box. Just click on it, type in your email, and I'll send it to you right away. Now, if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post a new video every Friday. And hey, leave me a comment below if you found this video helpful or if you have any questions about this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the comment section. Virtual high five.